Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We're here and we're live and we're ready to get going, guys. It is gallery review, it's strategy time here for the FC BarcaLomond members on the 23,001 channel. Welcome to everyone. Fist bumps on arrival. We are on a bit of a roll, guys. We've had a really good stream yesterday that was kind of more targeted towards like the beginners, the kind of, the ones that are green behind the gills. But when we do the gallery reviews, generally it's for you guys, the heroes and the legends that have been around the block once or twice, know a thing or two about a thing or two. And yeah, we like to get comfy, we like to get settled in, and we're ripping open galleries, we're looking at squads, we're looking at rosters, we're looking at strategies, and what course corrections do we need to make, what reinforcements do we need, who's the dead wood, and everything else in between. Fist bump to everyone on arrival, by the way. Thanks for everyone that is popping in here nice and live and loud. Don't forget to hit the like button on arrival. And as usual, guys, we'll have a little bit of a preamble to get us going, because it's been a busy couple of days. We're coming out of this international break, finally. Which has been, international breaks feel like they go really quick, but then at the same time they feel like they drag on forever. It's this kind of weird dead zone, as I kind of think of it or call it, certainly. And yeah, we're just about getting out of it. And the thing is, when you get into this last game week of the international break, you throw those last little throwaway teams out, and target missed. That's nice to see. In progress. I don't think Ideguchi is going to make up 91 points for us, sadly. So it's probably going to be double target missed. 113 points. Can Memphis do that? He's at level, he's got 12 XP, so even with 100 points, would still be a point short. So yeah, nothing's going to happen there. Boys are in training and all the rest of it. But as soon as this game week opens, I know what we all do, because I do it, and I know you guys do it as well, is we're jumping into this tab and we're trying to set up our teams. We're trying to set up our lineup ahead of the weekend game week. And I've already had my kind of opening foray, as it were, to setting some teams. Also, just delete that specialist one there, because I got a little bit of news on the timeline today that Florian Wirtz has picked up an injury in international duty, so I'm probably going to have to redo my whole kind of champion allotment of rares, as it were, just rejiggery them all around, and yeah, try and make sure. I might not play D1 anymore. Maybe I'll end up with another team into the specialist, but it's a big player and a big captain level player for me. So when something like that comes out, you very quickly need to reposition, reorganize, and just double check the ducks that are in a row and all the rest of it. But we've actually just had a massive update on Predictorfy today, where we've now got match odds synced in. So 2 seconds, I actually need to, I'll do the syncing of the Sorare accounts. I've not done that yet. Authorize. I'm really bad for linking accounts and stuff like that. No, I don't need to change anything. Currently on add, manage, refresh. What did it change username? No, I don't want to change anything. Change password, I don't want to do that. Notifications, Twitter, I don't care about that. Manage subscription, that's fine. Your gallery's connected. Awesome. Right, so I think we've got that sorted now. Yes, we do. Fantastic. So we've also got this My Matches tab here, which helps you just see the predicted lineups for all the cards in your gallery, which is great. But now they've added in the match odds section for this as well, which should add an extra little bit of spice, an extra little bit of fun. If we open this one up just for a little bit of a preview, as it were, we've got Borussia Dortmund here at home at St. Pauli, Friday night football, proper primetime rivals action, and last updated, yada yada. We've got the odds to win, we've got 3 goal odds, we've got clean sheet odds. Lovely little addition to add into this as well. So really exciting stuff. Is that Kuto actually injured? So that means he's not going to play. Did I actually have him drafted into a lineup provisionally? No, I don't. Oh, I did. Yeah, I did. So I'm probably going to need to do actually a lot of deletion. I'm actually going to need to redo that whole super rare pile out, which is fine. But anyway, we do what we do. And I was actually wanting to have a wee peek at La Liga for a quick moment, because I wanted to look at Atleti, because Atleti 3 hours ago, yeah, it's still 50-50 on that left back spot. So I don't know what I'm going to do there, but yeah. So nice development here as well. If you guys haven't already, be sure to check out predictorfy.com. And when you go to checkout, if you put in Quinny Harry, all one word, Harry Trades, obviously my co-pilot, you'll get discounts and all that kind of fun stuff along with it as well. But we're here to do gallery reviews for the most part. So once we've been sitting chatting live for another couple of minutes or so, we'll get the requests built out. and we'll get stuck straight into it. I'm half tempted, because we're still on the international break, to maybe just leave this out public again, in case anyone else wants to join in, pick up their season ticket. We'll explain how all that works in case any of you are new here. But we have XD Rye first up in the request list already, because Rye was straight into the comment section, top response, first response, and getting the request put in there. So that's up and going already, and I can see a few more are filtering in. So fist bump to you, Rye. Good to see you. Boyson, Johnny TH, Jonathan Gargi, long time no see indeed, my man. I hope you're keeping well. I hope Hamburg is treating you well as well. Leeds United community, fist bump. Massive like from you. Love to see that. Do you do watch lists for me? Really struggling in Challenger. So Leeds United community don't seem to be a channel member, so that's not something on this stream certainly I'd be able to help you with, sadly. But we did do a watch list on the stream yesterday. If you've caught that, brilliant. If you haven't, make sure to check it out. Mick Flint open to trades. All right, Quinny, would you do me a gallery review? I've completely ripped up my gallery and starting afresh. Mickey Flint. Is it Mickey Flint or Mick Flint? I'm going to put Mick Flint. Yeah, Mick Flint, there we go, got you. That sounds fun, that sounds exciting. Coplice, hey Quinny, can you have a look at my gallery? Took your advice from the stream yesterday. Love that, Coplice. And I'll be really excited to see how you've actually implemented that, because you know, we had a lot of, I think you maybe asked a question or two. We had some nice questions in the chat for, again, fist bump to everyone that joined in on that. And yeah, it'll be really interesting to see what you've taken from that and how you've kind of molded it into your own. Fuller, fist bump, good to see you. Hey Quinny, got 150 quid to strengthen the La Liga outfit. Would love some input. Fuller Force, love the club name, mate. I'll add that in. And yeah, La Liga is kind of talk of the town at the moment these days, it feels like, isn't it? And Leeds United community, any help? Gallery review and watch list for me with the donation, mate. Thanks very much for the donation. I guess I'll try and help you with something since you've done a super chat donation. But then, yeah, generally, mate, need you to be on the membership stuff. So yeah, let's see. I was planning on keeping the stream public. If we keep it that way, then we will be able to do that. But normally, when we do the gallery review stuff, the stuff that's like market sensitive or whatever, we normally do that in the clubhouse. And what that means is I switch the visibility of the video, so only the people with the 24-25 season ticket are in on the stream. And it just means we can be ourselves, be a wee bit extra comfy, you know, and really just call it how it is, look at the market, see what bids we could make, what traders we could deal with, that kind of thing. Lewis West, no problem at all, mate. And Lewis, I think you're Road to Gammon, aren't you? I always say that. I don't know, it's gaming. And yeah, awesome. Mihai, mind me asking who Hamburg is given as starting goalkeeper on Predictify? Yeah, let's have a peek at that. If we have it here. No, not Continental, sorry, Contender. Bundy 2. Hamburgers, where are they? 10 days ago this was done. So, make of that what you will. Fist bump, of course. Underneath the video, there's a little button that says join. There's also a link in the description of the video. If you go into the channel homepage, there's a membership tab. If you click on any of these things, YouTube want you to get your FC BarcaLomond season ticket. You need to get your 24-25 season ticket. There is 2 other options to do donations or basic donations to the channel. That's just if you want to support the channel, but you don't care about lineup building and gallery reviews and all the rest of it. And Lewis West confirmation on the squad name, mate. GG's brilliant. So yeah, love that, mate. Thanks again for the donation. Thanks a lot for the super chat. And if you pick up your season ticket as well, absolutely fantastic. Thanks a lot for the support. Genuinely couldn't do any of this without the channel members. So thanks a lot to all of you that are here with us live and loud. And be sure, of course, to hit the like button on arrival. Just lets YouTube know that we're having a good time. We're getting stuck into some good stuff and the chat is flying. So yeah, requests seem to be in, which is great. Feel free to let me know how you've actually got on during this international break. Did you get any Brucey bonus results? Did you get anything kind of unexpected or out of turn that you weren't expecting to come into your trophy cabinet throughout this international break? Or have you just been kind of like me and just submitting some teams, see how it's going, and you know, now you find yourself ready to rock again? Let me know in the comment section down below, or the live chat. Probably the better way of saying it. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 requests locked and loaded and ready to go, and we'll kind of crack on with the Leeds United. We'll add you in there as well, mate. Sorry. Leeds United. I'm not sure that's your club name, mate. So once you get your season ticket sorted out, or the watch. So the thing with the watch list is I might have a watch list that will help you. What was it you were asking for again? Challenger. Do we have a watch list that we could help you with? Anyway, have I built a Challenger watch list recently? See more. Champ EU starter kit, budget builder, meta, free ETH potential. Those were the days. Those were the days. 9 players are in this, so we open this for a bit of fun. So I mentioned this on, I can't remember where I mentioned this, but this was like my trading technique where I was looking for primarily super rares, but like 3 ETH used 2 years ago used to be my marker where like I want to get a guy that's like an ETH, 0.8, half an ETH, something like that. And could they, with a decent L5, a decent L10, could they be a free ETH card like Hakimi, a Harwood Bellis, you know, some of these are guys. And yeah, I think some of these guys definitely had some potential to do that. Maybe 1 or 2 of them actually went on and done it. But yeah, probably good I never went into that watch list with much conviction. So FC BarcaLomond scouting. This is 2 years old. Sorare TV and Info Wonder Kids, Champ EU starter kit, roster build. That's from the other night. Fixture faves was like the kind of draft for that. UCL Dream Team. The Barcelona. So this is a good playlist, watch list. It's still up. This was from last season. So maybe, you know, you need to filter out some of the players. But this was everything we did on the Road to Glory last year. These were all the nominations that you guys dropped for us for cheap, undervalued players across lots of different regions, lots of different shapes and sizes, lots of different situations. But this could be a good one you could find and dig into, just generally anyone. 365 players, 1 player a day. That's funny, isn't it? And we've got 160 follows on that one. Do we still have like a leaderboard? Yeah, we do. What's the biggest like followed one? Laird. Me. Ah, there we go. That's fun. But yeah, is this public content followers? Let's see. What's the biggest one? Oh, we've got Laird. Oh, we need to... Oh, FC BarcaLomond is in the top 5. So I think we quite like that, don't we? But we could do... Well, that one's a bit dead, isn't it? Could we do with a new one? There's Yeho with international stuff. Love that. And do we have another one? Yeah, there's Trippin' B. Love to see a bit of that. Mike of Pompey's got a few, by the way. I think I've seen him, yeah, more than once or twice here. Good going on you, Mike. Love a bit of watch list sharing. So yeah, there's that. Looking up with Laird on Sorare TV. Oh, that's what was top. Love that. That's a throwback and a half, isn't it? Awesome. So tomorrow we'll do lineup builder. For all the members, we'll do that tomorrow on a Thursday as per usual. This week's just been a little bit disjointed, so we're doing the gallery reviews on a Wednesday rather than on the Monday or the Tuesday. He's a legend. Fist bump, my man. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. And yeah, got a lot to get stuck into tonight in terms of the reviews we've got lined up already. But I think we're all doing what you've maybe seen me do already in the prelude, and that's double checking, deleting, remaking a lot of the strategies and a lot of the layouts of different bits and bobs. Actually, as I'm peeking at this, I'm tempted to have a wee quick double take, a wee quick double peek at what they've got for Real Sociedad, the Royal Society, who are playing Girona, which is a terrible game for me in my gallery in terms of just bouncing off each other. Oh, that's what the yellow thing is. I thought the yellow thing was like a new thing because I seen it with Galan. I thought it was like a 50-50 situation, but it's my players that are coming up in yellow. That's lovely. So they reckon Oyarzabal is on 70% over Oskarsson. I could see that because Oskarsson's played mainly midweeks, and like seriously, like the quality of the Sociedad squad is incredible. It is embarrassing how bad they're doing. The manager has a lot to answer for at this point, but yeah, so I think we might just put Oyarzabal in there because I've got, oh, we use Braze somewhere else. So maybe do we just put Braze into here? And we just go Sociedad. Is Killison back? So I know Mikey Basson sent me some news, but see Killison's back in training. Is he? Yeah, he's back. That's good. That's good. We've got Kelly back. So Killison away to Valencia. Yeah, I'll leave that the way it is because I do think that I want All Black with the other guys that get better fixtures. So we could put Oyarzabal in here or Braze, but if we put Braze in here, he was in the better team, wasn't he? So I think we'll leave Braze where he was, because I think he was a part of a nice squad, and we can just put Oyarzabal in here. It feels a bit weak, but anyway, let's just leave this for now. Leeds United community, thank you very much. He's picked up his FC BarcaLomond 24-25 season ticket. Top one, thanks very much. Join top one, mate. Excellent. So I need your club name, Leeds United. I almost called you Leeds Are We here. That's a throwback for some of the OGs in the community. Are you the same person? I don't know. But let me know your club name and I can help you out from there, which is all good. That lad is like the new Haaland. I can see him in the Prem. So I've not bought many in-season cards, as you guys will know, especially Champ Euro. I was always interested in a little bit of Sociedad for this year, just because I've got like the whole squad from last year. And when they bought Luka Sucic, I'm a big Luka Sucic fan, and I thought, right, okay, well, that's a card that could do me. This Oscarson as a profile is a guy that I'm interested in at all times. I wanted Aaron Barrow, I wanted John Martin, I want Sergio Gomez. These things were kind of known already, but when I've watched this Oscarson for Sociedad, and I don't think he's done amazing yet, but it wasn't even the Valencia game, by the way. It was before that. When did I buy him? 24 days ago, which would have been 7, 14, 21, 22, 23, 24, Sunday the 22nd. It may have been the Valencia game, but I could have swore I watched him and he didn't score goals, and I was like, oh, yeah, I think it might have been this Valladolid game. Yeah, I think it might have been. I think it might have been that game, because they didn't score, but I watched him. I did a tweet when I won him, or when I bought him as well, and I was saying, when Sociedad starts scoring goals, this is going to be the guy that puts them away. And I firmly believe that from must have been shots off target and stuff like that, but I think this guy's going to bang. I think he will in a big, big way. And I don't know if I got the benefit out of this. It is only a 70-pointer. Right before the international break. Yeah, I think I definitely bought him before the Valencia game. I've got maybe it was Mallorca or Valladolid. I watched him in one of those games and I thought, yeah, I've seen enough. And I thought his price was at a really good spot. It's obviously a bit cheaper now, so even better spot potentially. It's just because he's not nailed in at the club at the moment. But I genuinely think, I don't think the fixture list looks hot for them, but I genuinely think the Sociedad squad is like a complete collection. It's got so many exciting players in it. Last season was a great series for the collection, but this year isn't really much different. You've got wonder kids in here, you get tried and tested guys, you've got some fodder that will transfer around. Andy Harrogate, fist bump, my man, good to see you. And yeah, I just really believe in the collection as a whole. On that note, let's just have a wee peek into what everyone's doing these days. The N5. Maccabi, Osasuna, Sevilla. Yeah, it's not great, is it, anytime soon? Then Indonesia, China, Athletic Club, Ajax. Yeah, don't really get a good run of fixtures until they get past Betis and Ajax, really. And then after there, yeah, Villarreal might be saucy. But yeah, it's a good run up until that Barca game at the beginning of March. So yeah, I'm hopeful that that'll turn around in due time anyway. Excellent. I've got him as well from a Rivals box, and his price surprised me. I'm holding on to him. The thing with like high value wonder kids like that is like people don't care about them in the wider game until they get that L5, until they can show that they can bust out a big score. Especially unlimited, you know, because there's so many options. You know, you need a guy. Sadly, in his short time so far, we've not really seen any AA from him. Although this Wales game, he definitely had a bit of that. And I've seen a lot of people were giving him praise after the Wales game. BCM should have put the ball in the back of the net, but passing, look at that. He's happy to lay it on for his pals. And you want a goal. See, if you've got a goal-hungry striker that doesn't have that ego to get, like, he's got one big chance created and one big chance missed. That big chance created could have been a shot on target for him, I would suspect. Could have been a big chance missed for him, I would suspect. But guys that are like hungry for the team to do well, as well as a finisher, I'm always happy to watch them. But yeah, he needs to definitely develop a bit of AA prowess into his thinking, and obviously in Denmark, football's a piece of piss there, isn't it? I could get a game. Here's me trying to move into champ across the board, so I'm finally covered for everything unlimited. Giza Legend, love to hear that. Love it, mate. Leeds United Community is the name of the club. Awesome. So let me just copy and paste that. Oh yeah, so it is. Awesome. Didn't come up when I put in Leeds. Anyway, there we go. Fantastic. Right, okay. Okay, awesome. Right. For any of you that aren't familiar, right? So I see a few of you have got your season tickets, some of you haven't, right? But FC BarcaLomond, you can see it over there. And back here is my Sorare club. My Sorare club was founded back in 2020. FC BarcaLomond is an historic Sorare club, I like to think. And anyway, like every great club in world football, it is nothing without the fans. It's the fans, it's the community that makes the club special. Yeah, there's trophies in the trophy room. Yeah, there's long-standing history and blah, blah, blah. Good style of play. All that stuff that everyone loves. But it's always about the fans. It's always about the community. And that's what makes all of this possible. You guys. The FC BarcaLomond community, the community here on the 23,001 channel, we have a members section. And in the members section, twice a week, well, this time it's been 3 times a week because you guys, so maybe even 4 times actually. We had a card giveaway. We did the recording live with Momo and Paul. We got some of your questions and when we were doing the live recording as well, which was great. But generally speaking, we do two videos a week where we do a lineup builder for you guys before the weekend, and we do gallery reviews like we're doing tonight. We also do giveaways for any of the limited essence that I'm churning out. We're giving that away to the members as well, as often as we possibly can. I've got some cards that play limited, some rares with a limited keeper, and rivals have been pretty good to me in terms of getting that up. So there's some giveaways, there's exclusive content that's just for you guys in the chat that have your season tickets up and running. And we also have a Telegram group. Telegram is just like WhatsApp and Discord had a baby. If you want to get involved in the Telegram group, you need to get your, or any of this stuff, you need to get your 24-25 season ticket. It's £1 a month, £1 a week, £4 a month in whatever your local currency is. And if you're looking for the details on the Telegram, you go into the members tab on the YouTube channel. There's a link to Telegram there. That'll take you into the forum. When you're in the forum, go right to the top. And the second message ever is the link to the chat. And then once you're in there, we're in there talking about game week developments and, you know, everything else that kind of goes on. So plenty to get stuck into. Brilliant bang for buck. And I think everyone that's a part of the FC BarcaLomond community has a whale of a time as we're here. Do you do individual watch lists? Not generally Leeds United community, but as part of like your gallery review, we could do something like that. It could be fun. Maybe something we roll out as a general kind of practice, as it were. So it'll be a new one for me. It'll be a new one for you. So we'll both be in new territory, as it were, in that one. But yeah, normally at this point we've been live for a little while. After the kind of explanation, we normally flip that switch and we go into the clubhouse where it's only us and the members. But you know, we're always looking for more fans. We're always looking for more people to join the community, the channel, and all that good stuff. So I think tonight we'll leave it out public at the moment. And then when we stop going live, we'll flip it to be members only. So it's just with us in case you're missing this live. Some of the guys drop their request in the live chat. Then maybe they've got work to go to. Maybe they've got dinner to make. Maybe they've got something else on and they come back and check it out later. So yeah, hopefully you're here for the duration of the stream. But if you do need to pop in and out, you know where we are. The content's always here for you. And yeah, like I say, thanks very much to everyone that does get their season ticket. Sincerely, couldn't do any of this without you. It really does mean a lot to me. And the support I get from the membership, you know, the member section of the channel makes a big, big difference to all the 23,001 operations that we've got going on here. So from the bottom of my heart, it really does mean a lot. And I thank you all again for your continued support. It really does mean everything. But on that note, let's get the first one done. So we've got XD Rye. Yo, Quinny, can I get a gallery review? I was thinking of maybe selling Rico Lewis and Gab Mag to fund a middle stat. Thoughts on the idea would help. Now, as a general concept, 2 players for 1 needs to be distinctively worth it for me, right? If we go in, we've got your gallery here. Will we open a separate tab just so we can play with it and we'll come back? So, middle stat, right, is a top shelf operator these days. He's really got a growing reputation around European football. 27 years of age, he became a German national team regular at this stage. And for Stuttgart, who are in the Champions League, finished 2nd or 3rd last year. I forget how they actually finished. He was a key player. He is 90 capable. He is 100 capable. And he wasn't a one-season wonder. He has picked that form back up again this year. Now, some of those good scores have been for Germany. But the most impressive thing about these scores for me, let's go back to this. Yeah, so this is like everything this season from Freiburg upwards. How many clean sheets does Stuttgart have? 0. How many clean sheets did Germany have? 2. One of them he didn't play. And the last one, he got a 71. This is a strong defender. This guy is borderline fixture proof. When you look at this, at home at Dortmund is better than away to Dortmund. I give you that, granted. But Real Madrid, he sucked ass. That's away from home. Opening game of the Champions League. Stuttgart were actually pretty good in that one. Is that an error led to go? I can't remember it. Maybe it was a clanger. But in any case, he doesn't need a clean sheet. He doesn't even really need a victory. A 2-each draw away from home. He's bringing in 83 with 23 all around. Incredible. 1-1 draw at home. A negative decisive against them. Still picked up 46 all around for an 81. So, is he worth 2 players is the question, really. I think surface level, you would probably say yes, okay? Fixtures, everyone cares about immediate fixtures at the moment. It's not too big of a problem for me at the moment. So who are we comparing him with? We're comparing him with Rico Lewis, who plays for a much more dominant team, is not going to play as regular overall because Mittelstadt is nailed on, as we've seen there in the last. Let's actually go and have a look. How many DNPs has he had? Look at that. 2 of them are for Germany. Can we just change this to Stuttgart? Not too shabby, is it? Let's go and see what they are. Yellow card suspension is what this one's going to be. Not a problem. That happens to the best of us. And a 25-minute sub appearance. Maybe he was just nursing a wee injury. On the bench here, off the bench here. Maybe returning from injury this time last year. Let's zoom out a little bit more. All time. So he's not had cards that long, or he's not been scored that long. I don't know where he was before Stuttgart, actually, then, if that's the case. That's kind of funny. But, again, like, the guy doesn't miss games. Now, injuries can happen. Red card suspensions can happen, of course, but he's not getting rotated. He will play every week. He will play midweeks, weekends. And I'm sure they'll rotate the cup, but we don't care about that. So, yeah, firmly nailed. We then have Rico Lewis, who is not firmly nailed, but the thing with Rico Lewis is when you know he's going to play, he's not too dissimilar a scorer overall. The Bratislava game is a real outlier in terms of opponent strength. Done great there, obviously. But even looking at the Inter Milan game, 27 all around. Clean sheet helps with that, obviously. Double decisive against Brentford. Goal line clearances or last man tackles or something. He's getting into the England team a bit, but a bit harder to predict. He is very sensitive to Pep Roulette. He's a versatile player. And although you can kind of know where he's going to come in because of, like Stones is suspended or Rodri's injured or, whatever it might be. This is a guy that you need to have your finger on the pulse with. Is he playing? Is it a good game? How many? And this is a guy as well that is a 90-minute player. If he starts, this isn't a guy that if he gets on, he's only doing half a shift and then like Matthias Nunes comes on to replace him or Walker or whatever. If he's playing, he's playing. That's kind of a good thing. But straight away, I'm interested in this deal. I think it's going to work out for you to the better. Now let's have a look at Gab Mag. Now I already know these players. Obviously, I'm kind of spelling this out a little bit more for everyone's benefit in terms of the thought process and all the rest of it. And that is a very un-Gab Mag haircut. I don't think I've ever seen him. Maybe it's just the picture angle or something like that, but that's a very, I don't know. I always think of him as kind of bald. Gab Mag, similar to Mittelstadt, he is playing every game. There's no two ways about it. Now, he's got a lot of headlines this year because he's getting on the end of crosses, he's getting on the end of corners again, which is a part of his game I've always enjoyed. Actually, one time he got 100 scoring a goal against Man United and helped me win a division, maybe under 23s or something. Is it this one? That's against Wolves, must have been this one. Against Man United, 1-0 win. It's a shame I can't click on that. Game week 112. Gab Mag was the first card I ever bought. Fun fact. Oh, last man tackle. I thought it was a goal he got. Anyway. Gab Mag is like the Brazilian defender you want. You know, like he takes no nonsense. He can score a goal. Can he get booked and stuff? Yeah, but he's not like a red card merchant. And there's a few negative decisives here, but you know, he's not haphazard. He's not a klutz. You know, he's very clinical, very cool, calm and composed for the most part. And I'm a big fan of him. But the general, like, what takes it for him to match Mittelstadt? It's quite a lot. It's a mega game against Man United. It's 2 decisives against Crystal Palace. 6-0 against Sheffield. I know he's not got a decisive, but that's obviously one-way traffic, isn't it? And again, like, the scores are fine. These are good centre-back scores, but they're not on the same level as what we've got there with Mittelstadt. So, like, I like the security of a Gab Mag. I like the viability of a Rico Lewis. But quite simply, if you can roll both of them into Mittelstadt, I think that's a W. It really is. Now, the part problem that comes with it, right, is if we look at Champ, limited defenders, I don't think you have much going on. Oh no, I knew Botman was there. If we take 2 of them out, they're 1.5 guys. I think that's the way we always factor them in this case. You know, Gab Mag is fully a guy, and Rico Lewis is half a guy because of the roulette, the rotation, and whatever. So I think what you're essentially doing is you're upgrading the Gab Mag, and you're losing a little bit of flexibility, a little bit of flesh in terms of the ability to get multi lineups out. So at the moment we only have 2 starting goalkeepers anyway, which is fine. And if we do have Anton as our in-season card, we've spoken about that already a number of times. We've got Estupiñán as a classic option. We've got Botman on the treatment table. I think this move would make you better. I think your best team gets a lot better. You've now got a defender that could be captain. And that's been the main criticism I've got of Anton for you, is that Anton is just a wee bit meh. You know, like, he's fine, isn't he? 10, 14, 17 AA. No decisives. You know, like, that's kind of... And they can maybe get to 20 AA if they bring the clean sheet in. You know, it's one of those types of guys, which is fine, you know, but... You're never captaining him. You're never picking him and thinking my team will win the division, quite simply. Mittelstadt, Gab Mag maybe gives you a bit of that, but Mittelstadt really gives you that. 2 midfielders. Let's check the Arsenal predicted 11, because I'm interested to see if we're going to get Mikel Merino. We are. Love that. Hopefully this is Arsenal's Rodri. Come on! So yeah, 2 mids. Don't think you need to worry about Partey. Partey's still in for a bit of a time. And then you've got power forwards. So I think, yeah, Mittelstadt makes a bucket of sense in a big way. We still need another mid in here because Partey is in the Anton category where, yeah, Partey's got a wee bit more of the 70s about him. But... regularly 49, 58. Like, that's the kind of shit we're getting here, isn't it? So let's have a little bit of a juggle, a little bit of a look on both of that. But yeah, I would authorise that. I would approve that. Mittelstadt out, in. Gab Mag and Rico Lewis out. I think that's a shrewd move. Instantly makes Team 1 a lot better. You've got Mittelstadt, Grifo, double attack. Like, that could be sick. Team 2 will be a bit weak, but goalkeeper, you're picking fixtures there, aren't you? Is it Estupiñán or Anton? Is Team 2 now? You will have Partey in Team 2. And then you're looking at Larson, Pellegrini, and Diaz. So, any midfield suggestions? Did you give me a general budget of what you're playing with? So, we've got, if we bring in Mittelstadt, we've got Grifo, we've got Kane, we've got Rono. It's quite a Bundesliga. I don't know, you've got Lukaku there, which is Serie A, whatever, right? But it feels like maybe we're trying to... feels like we're maybe trying to get a Bundesliga setup on the go. Let's have a look at midfield. Let's see what we can dig up. Midfield is my favourite position to shop for, so I will have some fun with this, no doubt. Yeah, we've already got midfield selected, that's fun. Awesome Possum. Okay, now I don't know what the budget is. I don't know I know what calibre we're after, because I can see the Kane, I can see the Lukaku. I know we won Kane, that's an absolute boss win. Shrew, fist bump, good to see you. Stiller from Stuttgart looks decent. Now, Stiller, I think, is fine, isn't he? He is fine. Correlates with your Mittelstadt. Has big AA in his bag. But I just worry that this is a more fancy Thomas Partey. Everyone's favourite worst nightmare, Xavi Simons. Now, Xavi Simons is everyone's love-hate relationship, isn't he? So if we're looking at roughly the budget of a Stiller, let's drop this all the way down. We're looking at like 15, 20 bucks or something like that. Somebody who's good bang for buck. Let's see if that's low enough. Yeah, it should be low enough. Let's flip this in to Bundy only. Just so we can get a wee bit more of that correlation that we're starting to build in this gallery. Stoger. Watching. Amiri. I know he's 25, Stiller's 15, but I think Amiri is the player that Stiller is, but gets decisives, and that is the difference. I think Amiri is a great pickup. I think Amiri Mittelstadt is a very popular, not popular, but you've got Grifo. Brandt at 28. Brandt's not as punchy, but he's a bit more like a better team. Decisives just rein in a bit more for those ones. I'm a fan of Enzo Milo. He kind of gets the Stiller decisives. Doesn't have the AA there. See, Stiller's fine, but there's a reason he's 15 and some of these other guys are 25. He's just missing those decisives. I would definitely push for Amiri. Gross is 23. And I know he's not smashed yet, but I think you could argue Dortmund haven't really smashed yet, and his AA is consistently pretty good, you know, so once Dortmund click, I think Gross, his SO5 outlook could change, could flip on its head very, very quickly. So I would put at least 2 or 3 guys over Stiller. They are a little bit more expensive, but I really do feel you get the points per pound. Now, I'm actually shocked to see Max Arnold is here at a $5, because Max Arnold is a guy that I'm a big, big fan of. He's kind of like, is he better than Mittelstadt? Not Mittelstadt, Stiller? I don't know. But for a $5, like if budget is a restrictor here, I would probably rather Max Arnold, to be honest with you, than Stiller, because he can get assists, he can score a goal. Paul Wanner was spoke about for a fair bit on previous streams. So I'm a big Sabitzer fan, of course, but he's a wee bit in and out. Can't really rely on him these days. Bischoff is so close to breaking through. He's so close. If he can get like 3 decisives in 5 games with this type of play, again, his outlook, his makeup on Sorare, the opinion people hold of him in the market and in the SO5 arena will change very, very quickly for me. Anyone else? Baumgartner's fine, but he's very decisive reliant. Now, he's actually got a lot of all around here for Austria, which is very unlike Baumgartner. He normally really sucks on AA. So I don't know if that's a Ralf Rangnick thing, or if he's maybe turned some sort of... Look at this, international football, he does bring it. But for Leipzig, yeah, man, he's like 60 or 35. That's quite a frustrating card. Maybe he's turned a corner, but depends on your risk appetite. I think that's probably all she wrote for the real runners and contenders in this one, right? Onyeka's not one I'm overly well versed on. I did see him a second ago. Let's just search him. He's an Augsburg player. That's why I'm not too up on him. Oh, the former Brentford guy. Ooh. Now, $85 AA. 5 tackles, blocks, got a triple as well. Jules, 92. Love that. Interceptions, 2. That's cool. That's against St. Pauli Mines. How do you do against Leipzig? He's also conceded points here on fouls, errors to shot, goals conceded. Okay, so that's fine. But defending, 1 tackle. He's still got a double-double in. Jules, positive 3-2 interceptions. Yeah, this is like a better version of Stiller for me in terms of like if you're just after an AA guy, like this guy hits. I know it's Gladbach, they're not Bayern or anything, but Gladbach are definitely like a good litmus test. Alex Coombs, that's a great suggestion. And I think Onyeka here is Buttons, isn't he? Does he have an in-season version? £8.50. That could be a good one. I don't think he really overtakes. I don't think he really overtakes many of the other contenders that we had in this one. Evening Quinny, am I too late to sneak in a review? Just a general overview would be great. Alex, I'll add you in, mate. We'll see how long we go for. I was going to put A Coombs and it is Alex, isn't it? Yeah. Enzo Milo. Yeah, Enzo Milo. The deluxe party comparison is quite accurate. Yeah, he is kind of like deluxe party. I like that. I like your phrasing of it better. Amiri looks so good. Amiri is kind of that guy, but gets decisives. And Pascal Gross, AA Machine, Sam James, fist bump on arrival, by the way. Shrew 1886, I don't know if you're fist bump. Charlie Dunbar, I don't know if they came in, so thanks very much, guys. So yeah, I think they're the main runners and riders. I like the Mittelstadt move. And I think those two things, like, you've got a gangbuster of Team 1. Like, really strong. If you want to go champion and play the Lukaku, or if you wanted to go Bundesliga, you're looking at Rono, Mittelstadt. You can go Grifo, this other mid that we're bringing in. And then Kane. That could be a lit Bundesliga squad. And then in champ, you're probably looking at Anton or Estupian, then Partey, then Lukaku. That can still be fine. That can still get you from D5 to D3, you know? Højbjerg, Johnny TH is a great shout. I think I kind of drove it towards Bundesliga, granted, but it's just because if we're going to go and get that Mittelstadt in, we have Kane, we have Grifo, we have Rono, it feels... But again, it's 17. If we're going for champ, we don't care about Bundesliga. And I think you really should look at Bundesliga with the way your build has went now, especially in season, because you've got the Kane, you've got the Grifo. I don't know what the Mittelstadt is going to be, but if you've got classic Rono, champion in season outfield, that could yield, you know. But if it is champ, like Højbjerg is just bossing it now, isn't he? So yeah, XD right, that's where I would be at. Mittelstadt in, and you still have a midfielder on the to-do list, I would say. Second up, we had Mick Flynn. Now, Mick's was exciting, wasn't it? All right, Quinny, lad, would you do me a gallery review? I've completely ripped up my gallery and starting fresh. Now, as I look at your gallery, I see we have either already started or are we talking limited. So, Mick, I need a little bit of context to help me out, because I was half expecting to see, like, no cards here. If we want to maximise Harry, we go Bundes. The Lukaku kind of threw a wrench in the plan. A good wrench. Yeah, fair. Take the wins as they come. Lukaku was a reward as well. Yeah, like, you're doing great, mate. Honestly, keep it going. Keep it going. And, yeah, the Scouse Superstars, 1878. Let me know what we're talking about. Is it rares? Is it limiteds? Rico Man, fist bump. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. And yeah, we'll see if Mick's still here. I do need this context, Mick, before I can run through it. So I'll pause for the cause, see if you're still here. If not, I'll kind of need to leave you on ice and come back to it. You're telling me we've sold everything and we're restarting. It looks like you've restarted some rares. Are we expanding on the rares? Are we going into limiteds with this like gallery review kind of session, as it were? Or is it more rares? Like, that's kind of... I need some flavour. So we'll give it a wee minute. Next up is Coplice. Will we have a wee peek at what Coplice got up to? So let's see. Igmani, Anthony, Sam Johnson, Jorgen Larsson, 8 Nuri. Oh, I love that. I love this. Hwang Hee-chan, Mario Lemina, Ryan 8 Nuri. The Xerxes... I hope it works out for you. Zaha could do great in France. Onana, fine. But no, I really like that. I think, yeah, like Huang, I mentioned I was looking at, it was a super rare specifically, I was looking at, it's like 75 quid in season. But we're talking about Huang returning from like bad form and for injury. Like Wolves' form, I can maybe find it. I maybe need to open a new tab and then pull it over. But for any of you guys that maybe missed the stream yesterday, I suppose most of you guys wouldn't have. But Wolves have had the worst fixtures to start the season, and they're not getting relegated in my book. You know, their fixtures aren't overly amazing, I don't think initially, but generally they're just way better than what they have been. Um, but yeah, this was it here from Opta Analyst. This is the graph of Premier League fixture opposition, like hard is up here, and then how many points is the x-axis. So Liverpool have had easy fixtures and got almost maximum points. Liverpool and City have had harder opponents and have kept pace with them, is what this tells you. And then do we have anyone? Yeah, Bournemouth could be doing better, I think you would say here. Man United, a lot of these clubs are kind of roundabout where you would expect, but Wolves, man, I feel so bad for them. Ipswich have done better with similar strength fixtures. But yeah, we're expecting that to turn. If we look at Huang here. Yeah, City, Brighton, tough. But then after that, these are the fixtures that Wolves are waiting for. Palace at home, Southampton at home, away at Fulham, at home at Bournemouth. Everton, West Ham won't be easy on the road. But then you've got, this is still in December, Ipswich, Leicester, Man United. Wolves love playing Man United. And then Tottenham could be spicy. Forest won't be easy. Newcastle and Chelsea and Arsenal, Villa, Liverpool. Look at that. That's like the start to the season they've had, kind of, isn't it? And that's all around mid-January into mid-Feb. And then it kind of eases up again from there. So yeah, I think Wolves have kind of hopefully got the potential to turn a corner here. So I really like the Huang pick that we've got here. I wonder, call place, if it's just to have, like, Xerxes. I think like Xerxes is a great player. I'm a big fan of him. But I think we all knew this Man United transfer was not going to be a marriage made in heaven. It was going to be sticky. It was going to be hard. It was going to be problematic. If Man United start scoring goals, he's got to be in amongst the decisives, you've got to think. But I said it when I did my prediction review, and it feels like everyone else is on the same page as me now. It's just, I just don't see Man U scoring goals. Like, so call place, let me catch up with the chat. Is there anything we were to... Oh, there we go. I'm telling you, Quinny, United will turn it around. Okay, fair. What do you think about Iwobi and Adama? CCV back this weekend? I think the consensus, Ian, is that he will be back this weekend, but I think like Thursday, we're waiting for training pictures and that kind of thing. So yeah, I think CCV's back. I've got him in one team. I tried to be a bit conservative with it. Iwobi and Adama, I'll kind of answer this question, and then Coplice, I need you to tell me a little bit more about what we're looking at here. Mick is in the house and gave us the flavour that we need, so we'll come back to Mick because he was next in the queue. But the thing with Adama and Iwobi is they're both very AA based guys. You know, they like to go on the dribble, they win duels, they play balls into the box, and as long as they can keep the decisives coming, like this kind of like L10ish, that's what you're going to get from them. A few 70s, maybe an 80 plus, and then a few mez, because they're Fulham. They're not going to win the league. They're going to be around mid-table or so. But the one thing I did want to have a peek at here is a stacks tab. So when you go into this stacks tab, we can then go and find Iwobi, and we can add him in, and then we can see, do they link up with each other? Because Adama Traore is quite famously the first, like, I know it was Kane and Son recently, but before them, it was Adama and Jimenez, and it was, you know, the amount of times Adama was swinging across in for Jimenez to head it in for Wolves, funnily enough. It's funny how, you know, these things are quite circular, isn't it? So let's see, we get Adama on an 80, we get Iwobi on a 68, we get Adama on a 73, Iwobi 49. They're both about the same here. And then, yeah, look, Iwobi 82, 83, Adama 72. So it's like a double forward pair. That's quite fun, isn't it? They're both getting decisive. They're both like Iwobi's maybe a little bit behind Adama here on AA. But I like them both in general. I think they're both very impressive. I think they're a big part of what's made Fulham as competitive as they've remained, despite their squad not really moving on drastically. Like, they're not going out and bringing in, they're bringing in massive transfer fees, but they're not spending massive amounts of money and bringing in star names or any of that kind of thing. So I like them both. I think they're both good players. 28 years old, Adama. And Iwobi is 28 as well. So a good age. Just bear with me a second, guys. Sorry, lads, had to close the old door. Kids are getting excited. It's that time of night. Let me have a stretch. Ooh, yeah. Oh. And Coplice, I'm reading that comment again. You're telling me United will turn it around. Let's see. Interesting to see why Luton are doing so bad. I really couldn't tell you. I'm not really surprised. It's kind of like Blackpool syndrome again, isn't it? Or who else done it recently? There was somebody else. Blackpool's obviously kind of half ancient history at this point. But there was somebody else that came up to the Prem, didn't really spend the money or pull up any trees, and then kind of just went back into oblivion again. Huddersfield, maybe? Huddersfield, I think, fit that bill, but I don't think that's who I'm thinking of. How do I send gallery? Dara McCarthy, fist bump. Thanks for joining us, my man. You need your FC BarcaLomond 24-25 season ticket. If you're interested in picking that up, all you need to do is hit the join button, which is under the screen, or go into the comment, into the description of the video. There's a link there. Or if you click on my wee face circle anywhere on YouTube, it takes you to the channel, and then there's a tab that says members. Do any of these things, and YouTube will walk you through how to get your 24-25 season ticket. Is £1 a month, £4 a week. £1 a week, £4 a month. We do the gallery reviews once a week. We do lineup building once a week. I give away all my limiteds to the members that we craft with the essence that we win. And we've got a Telegram group. Telegram is just like WhatsApp and Discord had a baby, but that baby is far superior to its parents, and it's going to live all of their dreams in life. And in there. It's just a WhatsApp, kind of, but it's more kind of Discordy in a way. It's fun. Should I handcuff? I think you should handcuff Coplice as a general. We'll come to your gallery properly in a moment. We'll get to Mick in a second. And Harry Trades, my man. Fist bump. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us, my man. Just seen Atletico Madrid play Mallorca away after PSG in the Champions League. Yeah, that's not good, is it, Flety? Mallorca away is just never fun, especially after midweek. And when we were doing the stream yesterday, the beginner stream, like, see the amount of teams Mallorca are playing at home that are like European teams. We won't see it here, will we? Let's look at Grief. The amount of teams, like, look, so they're at home at Bilbao. Bilbao play in Europe. Then they're at home to Atleti. Atleti play PSG that week, you're telling me. And then the next one, they've got Girona at home. That's a weekend roundabout European football as well. They're then at home to Barca, January. I don't know if Champions League will actually be back quite that quick. That's 11th of January for that fixture. Betis play in Europe. That's the 26th of January. Atleti again on this, and that's away rather. And then, yeah, we don't know the fixtures there on in, but over this little period, like, they've got a fair amount of home games, and, you know, like, you can't really back Mallorca, but it's horrible fixtures for the travelling teams, you know. And Leeds United community and Harry Trades are good pals. Good to see that. Fist bump. Love that. Love the live chat, getting involved and sharing the hugs and all the rest of it. Right, Mick, let's see. What was the flavour you gave me? Rares already started. Fantastic. And we're just looking at rares and nothing but rares, which is cool. We've chucked the gallery out, baby's out with the bathwater, and we're rebuilding, which is fun. Now, it looks to be, let's just filter by rare. And I'm going to have a quick scan over and we'll double back. And Mick, if you're in the live chat, you'll need to talk to me a little bit, okay? I know that's going to be brutal for you, but we'll do our best. So, in goals for Champ, love the PSG situation you've built here, by the way. Larseneur, my guy that I just won, Hradecky, Raya. So, what have we got? Donna, Larseneur, Raya, Hradecky. 4. Best to worst. In-season PSG. Mick, taking no prisoners here. The top row is really all of your defence, so that's the only... Calabria, I think, or is it Gabia? One of them's just signed a new contract, so maybe they're on the up and up. I think it must be Gabia. Molina's fine. I'm a big Beraldo fan. He's not really happened yet this year. Kimpembe can be fine, but I think he splits opinion. Okay, like Mendes, Skriniar, Marquinhos, Akanji, Pacho. Like that top line is your defence. Really, I'm not too sure how often some of these guys. Axel Witzel's a defender. How does he actually score as a defender? Better than as a mid. That's a positive development. Now, I often think this when I'm sitting, right? So I'm just going to say this, right? Harry, if you'd like to join the stream, feel free to let me know. I often sometimes think that when I'm watching yours, I was like, just sit and talk shit to you in your ear. No, yeah. If you're sitting doing nothing, you feel like joining, let me know. If you're not, you're on the gym or you're away doing stuff, of course, that's no problem. But yeah, I just thought I would extend it out there. In midfield, we've got Kang-In Lee, João Neves, Double Llorente, speaking my language here, Fabian Ruiz, Zaire Emery, King Carlos, Cáceres Jr. We were talking about him yesterday, I think, weren't we? So, like, the PSG mid is great, right? But they're a nightmare. Like, Neves is pretty nailed. Fabru is pretty nailed. Kang-In should be nailed. Zaire Emery should be nailed. Let's look at Predictor 5. What do we have for this weekend for La France, for PSG? Nothing as of yet. So, it's a great midfield. But I'm not sure how reliable you can find them all. Barcola is your number one pick in attack here. I don't know how you've ended up with a Brahim Diaz. It's just not my type of guy. I'm always surprised that this Dewey's a forward, but there you go. Muani. I think he's bombed out now with PSG, isn't he? I think they want him out. Same with Goncalves. This is a bit of a collection play thing on the go, perhaps. But Sorloth, Barcola, I think you've got striker 1 and striker 2 there. For the most part. So like the champ build you've got, like, is very solid. Like, you're going to have 3 to 4 lineups going out. No two ways about it. But there's going to be a real gradient here on team 1 to team 2 to team 3. I think the midfield has enough studs in it that if you know the team, you've got 2 teams. You're fine. You could maybe even captain 1 or 2 of them, maybe even 3 of them. If you know the team, you know the fixture. So I don't think the midfield is underserved, but I just worry that it's very reliant on PSG. Diaz is just collection score. That's fine. I'm not going to hold that against you, Mick, but Brahim Diaz, just a frustrating player to say the least. So yeah, that's my main concern with midfield, is it's just quite PSG centric. Like, there's no Vitinha here. Is Vitinha even, actually, as I say that out loud, is Vitinha even still at Paris? Yeah, he is. It's the only one that really spoils you. Kang-In kind of play in the front line, obviously. So I think, like, yeah, that's the only thing I think about the midfield is I don't know if I'd call it a negative, certainly, or a worry, but look at this midfield. Like, where's the beginning of the season? We're missing players on this page for some reason. I don't know why, but Vitinha, that's probably Kang. I think Asensio would have been in the front line. So Vitinha, Zaire Emery. Zaire Emery, Neves, Vitinha. Same team for 2 games in a row. Then it totally kind of changes. Kang-In and Fabru come back. João Neves retains. João Neves is on the bench. Zaire Emery returns. Vitinha returns. Fabru stays. Kang-In, Vitinha, Neves. Totally different combo. Zaire Emery, Neves, Fabreau. I think we've seen that now 3 times this year, so that's like a common thing there. Zaire Emery, Vitinha, Neves. Kang in the front line, which is great. And Zaire Emery, Neves, Fabreau. So you're only like Vitinha starting kind of hurts you, really. But yeah, I just worry that like it's a wee bit too PSG heavy for 3 lineups. For 2, that's kind of fine. And the attack, I just worry about the amount of goals you've got. Defence, I've got no qualms with. I think for 4 goalkeepers, like as long as PSG are playing, like again, it is quite PSG heavy. But outside of that, you have Akanji, you have Witsel, pretty meh. Molina could be okay. Maybe some of these Saint Etienne guys can be half okay. But I think you'll get away with the defence across 3 or 4 lineups much easier than maybe the midfield. And I think the forwards, like I like Asensio a lot. Ramos, I don't think you'd be seeing him there at all, did we? Doué's coming in. You really need to know PSG. You're going to have 2 PSG lineups. One of them won't have Donnarumma in it. You'll probably get the Lasseneur, for better or for worse, perhaps. And then, yeah, it's team 3. You're just kind of scratching around for bits and pieces. So I think you've made a great start. Obviously, you've prioritised PSG as a power stack to go for. Totally tip my cap to that. Great strat. Hope it pays off. But it's maybe missing, and I'm just going to, I know he's not great this year, but I'm just going to say it's missing like a Teji, a Højbjerg. Just an extra guy, an extra bit of flavour in there to just dice it up a bit. So that maybe team 2, you don't need to worry about the rotation. You just play a guy that's solid, or maybe makes it into team 1, and that makes team 2 better. Just a little bit of that, you know. Do we have other regions on the go? Let's have a look. So we've got Challenger. We do. So we've got Roth, DC, Big John, Toby Lyson, and some handcuffs. So we've got 4 keepers. 1 non-EU, 3 EU. So that's cool. And against Midgetland Mechelen, we've got Full on here. He featured quite a lot in the show yesterday. And actually some Fenerbahce. Double Henry Lawrence. I don't know how that's happened, but must know something we don't know. Like, this is a lot more comprehensive than what we see in Champ. Now, Champ is a lot more prohibitive, of course, on budget. But this is like a good couple of squads, a good couple of different faces. Like, you've got some proper scorers in there. In midfield, your big hitters here, of course, mainly in America. And when we take them out, Delorgy, Nieper, Was, Simsier, the Bernier's a new one on me. Maziz, Samoy. Yeah, midfield has kind of got a kind of soft core to it, hasn't it? Like, when we lose the American guys, we lose a lot of the power here. And in attack, yeah, thinking about a Højbjerg. Yeah, something like that, Mick. Just make sure midfield, like, a lot more, like, do I say predictable or reliable? Because you've got very predictable, very reliable guys there, but it just takes a little bit of PSG fucking with your risk out of it, maybe. And you can just focus on, well, I know Fabian Ruiz is going to play, for certain. So Fabian Ruiz, Højbjerg, you know, for those weeks where you're not too sure. And if you do know it's going to be Zaire Emery, Vitinha, Fabreau, or João Neves, or whatever the more common combination we've seen there is, then the best 2 go into team 1, the leftover goes into team 2, and they've got Højbjerg next to them. You know, so I think like a guy like that would make a real big difference to your strength, you know. In attack, again, this Sirdes guy's doing great this year. Facundo, or Franculino Ju, this guy's doing good by all accounts as well. Jekyll ASM. Max Dean, that's a new name on me. This guy looks like his picture was taken in like 1992, doesn't it? With that bowl cut he's got. Can we mag in? We can. Doesn't that look like a retro football sticker? Like, in terms of this guy and his kit a little bit. Like, look at Kraft and the sponsor. This looks like old AF, doesn't it? Straight out of a time machine. Casper Dahlberg. Good Johnson? The son of Eider? Or the Eider's nephew, maybe? He looks like Eider. Again, Iceland, I know they've got a small population. You know, there's maybe not a big gene pool there, let's say, but Magnus Mattsson. I'm always a fan of some wonder kids coming through. Oguz Aydin was great last year. Cenk Tosin, can't believe he's still in Turkey actually. Thought he'd be somewhere crazy like China or something like that by now. I think you've got goals. I think your defence is really good. I think the midfield is fine, but as soon as you lose these guys, which is going to happen quite soon, you're kind of scratching around, I think. So I think for Challenger, midfield is the main area to give some attention to. Just another guy, maybe two. And then the Contender, we're doing nothing. We've got a few wee rookies. That's fine. Whatever. We'll leave them where they are. But yeah, Mick, I think he's done a... Honestly, I can really see the plan here. I love the kind of... the Challenger mosaic you've got there with Denmark, Turkey, Belgium primarily. Because their fixture lists marry up and cover each other. So I really like what you've got going on there. But when MLS goes away, some of your power players are going to be... you're going to feel their absence. And again, I think I've kind of touched on this midfield thing a bit anyway. I did say in the stream, yes, like Cáceres is a team 3 guy. Like, you know, you've got some... Llorente I've maybe undersold in this thing because he's currently injured. And generally, I know he's having a good season. I'm a huge Llorente fan. But overall, like, he's not always brought in... Like, this is when he played up front. When can we go back to those days? Diego Simeone. I suppose this is his best form really since then, hasn't it? It's getting better, you know. But again, at best, Llorente's team 2. Whereas with the Højbjerg, the Teje, somebody like that, they can maybe step in to team 1. Llorente, I think if you're putting him in team 1 with that build, like, it's a bad day. Or a very low fixture list, perhaps. He can't be the son. His son should be Ederson. Oh, okay. I was like, what are you talking about? I kind of lost what we're... It's the Good Johnson thing, isn't it? Yeah, is it maybe his nephew? I think he's got a nephew that plays as well, doesn't he? And he does look like Eidur Good Johnson. And again, I know there's maybe a bit of a small gene pool in Iceland. Maybe it's just a... That looks like Eidur Good Johnson to me. Ish. You know, like if you said he's related, I would believe you, because he probably is. But it can't be his son. His son is Ederson. Or Iderson, maybe, or something. But this is Andre. He's 22, yeah, I suppose if Eidur Good Johnson had a 22-year-old son, that may be a bit of a stretch, but he's probably related to them somehow. I'd be surprised if he wasn't. And the only other thing I did think as well about the champ was just maybe decisives. Outside of the PSG guys, like Bibu can be fine. I'm just not high on him. Diaz the same. Sorloth is going to be great whenever you can use him. And if Muani leaves in January, kind of problem solved. It is his son. There's 3 of them. Love that. That is actually his son. Was at the Chelsea game a few weeks back. Black Ops LR and Ian Sorare with the Intel. Love that. By the way, he's got 3 sons. busy boy. But yeah, love that, mate. Max Dean is ex-Leeds United, the guy that looks like he came from a 1992 sticker book. He scored for Iceland the other night. Yeah, I'm sure like Good Johnson, like his last game, he like came off for Iceland for his son or something like that, didn't he? Because I think Eidur Good Johnson did that with his dad originally. So I think there's like they're trying to do their own Maldini thing, aren't they? Really, where they, you know, swap shirts on the picture. They hand over the gauntlet to the next one. So yeah. Really fun build, really ambitious as well, because going with these teams in these regions, like you're going after money, you're going after the win. So I really like that. I like the ambition with it. So yeah, could be getting our mid, could be getting our striker, and you're probably quite well cooking where you're at. And then in the Challenger one, don't I, you know, be a broken record, but I think we kind of covered that. But yeah, great build, mate. Really impressed with how you've done so far. And I don't think it's going to be long, Mick, before we see some of these stacks smashing their faces off. Especially these combo stacks you're going to pull in Challenger. Some dominant teams and some dominant leagues that not a lot of people will build a hybrid of. A lot of people will just go Team 1 Fenerbahce, Team 2 Ghent, Team 3 Midtjylland, and let's see who wins, you know. But if you can really, like, I've used the word mosaic a few times over the last couple of weeks, but if you can really mosaic a lineup or two in that region, like, it'll give you a big edge. At Coplice, it was a general rare overview, and you went out and you got some extra cards in after the. Yeah, so it must have been from Sam Johnson or Anthony, maybe. But you got these guys in after the show yesterday, so we spoke about Wolves a little bit. I love that. Love the guys you've brought in. 8 Nuri's very peaky. The rest of the defence is a bit shaky, isn't it, to really get behind in 8 Nuri if you're taking him. You need better defenders in 8 Nuri, but if it's one of those games where he could do alright, then that's cool. I would definitely handcuff the Sam Johnson, because I just think Jose Sa had like such a good reputation. I think a lot of people were surprised that Gary O'Neill has like outright replaced him with Sam Johnson. So I wouldn't rule out Jose Sa returning to get his shirt back, to get his job back. Or even Jose Sa goes back to like fucking Braga or does something like that, and all of a sudden you've got 2 goalkeepers that could help you. Maybe a different region, depending on the transfer. But yeah. Has Zaha started playing in France yet? No, not really. Love to see him back playing. Right, so let's have a peek. General rare overview. Let's have a look at Championes. So we've got 11 keepers. Do we do league specific? Coplice. I would assume there's maybe a bit of Prem specific here, and then the rest goes into Champ. Zaha's had a fight with the manager. January transfer. Or maybe get back in the team soon. 2 Premier League in season. Okay, cool. So we've got the keepers for that, don't we? We've got Onana and we've got Sam Johnson. Perfect. Lacroix, Delon, Lisandro, Castagna. I'd love Hickey to do well for you. Okay, yeah, some good options here. I think for the 2 teams, like Lacroix can be a good defender for kind of all occasions, because you need a guy like that to have work to do in a game. Crystal Palace give their defenders lots of work. So as long as they don't get hammered and concede like 3 or 4, he's fairly good. Diego Dallo is an excellent footballer. I think we can all appreciate that. The Butcher can be good when he gets going. Mazraoui, classic, but again, probably Man United's best defender on paper for me. Castagna, 8 Nuri, Lindelof, Bassey. You've got plenty of options here. I think like the better guys you've got are just about the level required. In season's obviously a bit tamer, so we need to be able to smash midfield. Ugarte just picked up an injury, I heard today. Oh, I think Sa was Saudi linked. Now, DD, that is great intel, because Jose Sa is Portuguese, has went to Wolves, which means high probability, without researching it, his agent is Jorge Mendes. And if your agent is Jorge Mendes, you can go to Saudi Arabia any day you want. So maybe, yeah, we don't touch Jose Sa. Maybe Sam Johnson was a succession plan and then that move has kind of fell through or something. So DD, great intel. And maybe we stay clear of Jose Sa then. Great, mate. Thanks for that. Mainu is a baller. Harry Trades will testify to that. Lamina is an AA monster. Billy G is over in Italy these days, and yeah, like Moliero I'm a big fan of, but beyond your top row, Lewis Ferguson's coming back. He'll be somebody again. Your top row is your midfield, Coplice, and I just don't see enough. Like Lamina can be in team 1 if you're doing like single mid and you're like banking up in defence, or he can be your 5th man potentially if you know it's going to be like a game where he's going to be backs to the wall, and you're not against a Liverpool or an Arsenal, but a Forest or a Newcastle or an Everton or Luton, these types of games, Brentford. But he can't carry your midfield, he can't captain it. That's my point. Andy P kinda can, but kinda can't as well. So I think midfield has got a soft kind of underbelly to it. You get, which is a funny thing to say, because all your guys you've got are like hard-nosed tacklers, ball winners, But we need that bit of bit of finesse, a bit of je ne sais quoi in that. And in an attack, like I just can't get behind Rashford. Like, I'm sorry. I try and put all my biases to one side, but my bias really comes from watching him. Jorgen Strand, Ndai, Hwang Hee-chan. Xerxes is fine. He'll get goals or assists at the very least, you would think. Mohamed Ali Cho, me and Harry can both testify he's decent. Dan Ndoye, I'm a big fan of. I just don't think he's that good SO5 wise. He's okay, isn't he? He's like team 3 kind of level, maybe team 2 if he really picks up the form again. Anthony's obviously got, on paper, massive SO5 potential. And then for champ, like guys like Nicolas Pepe and got Garnacho there as well, maybe overlooked him a little bit. Zaha, I was thinking about Lewis Ferguson, but he was a midfielder. So you've got some kind of tertiary options here. Amad Diallo as well. I just think like you are like quite tied into Man U here. I think Hwang will help you. I think that's a good, sensible, kind of cheap budget pickup. I think Cho's good. But yeah, I think overall with Champ and with Prem as well, if we just drill into that a bit heavier here. Like, you've got two lineups. I'm not sure how many of these Man United forwards you would be picking. Could you play double mid? I wouldn't advise it. You kind of need somebody else to help you get double mid off the ground. Otherwise, then you're looking at double defence. I'm not really sure you've got the defence to play double defence. Unless it's like, yeah, Mazraoui Dalot. If you know Man United are going to have a lot of possession. Mazraoui Dalot, midfield. You could probably go Kobe in that situation. And then, yeah, you're really asking for one of Kobe's bigger games. And then you're asking for one of these Man United guys to do their thing. So, like, maybe you could just about do a Man United play, but yeah. The thing I always think with these strategies, right, is your Man United, if we think back to Mick and his PSG as well, right, you need that base, you need that spine. Every team is going to field 11 players, right? And if you know 9 out of those 11, 8 out of those 11, and as long as you think they're going to win, Mazraoui's injured, fair. Okay, maybe not this weekend you'll use that, but in general. How many of them will score well enough to make into your team? Let's say, 8 or 9 of them are going to start. Maybe that number then goes down to like 6 or 7. So across 2 teams, you get 6 or 7. It's 5 aside, you need 10, including the keepers. So I think once you've got your spine of your club in, Celtic, PSG, Man United, whatever, you then need something that can kind of clip onto it. Maybe Wolves will give you that, but I think maybe what's missing from the Wolves build, sadly, Cunha's not a mid. If Cunha was a mid, yeah, you're maybe not going to get your mid solution out of Wolves, to be honest with you. I think Lamina's as good as it gets. We looked at this before. The Andre boy and the João Gomez, all 3 of them are kind of the same guy, but they're all really, really good. But they're not the different profile that we need in this kind of mould. We are looking at, let's have a look at the Prem. Mikel Merino could be a sneaky one, by the way. Yeah, Bruno, of course. What an obvious thing for me to miss out on. No budget for Bruno, which is fine. What is a Bruno at the moment? At rare. Let's check limited. I've changed my settings to sorry, 2 seconds. I'll change them back to, I like looking at things in ETH, but when I'm doing these videos, it's better for you guys to see pounds and pennies and stuff. So Bruno Classic is like 36. Honestly, I wouldn't buy anyone else at this stage. Like, I would just save the money now for Bruno. So I think that you've got everything else going for you in that build, except for the Bruno type. So I would do that. I think the Hwang can help you up front. I think the Ndai is a really shrewd pick. Xerxes, I've still got faith in, could do better for Man U. Garnacho, I think, is a good Sorare player. It's just if he's playing enough. But he's clearly got good scores in him. He's going to work out well if you know when he's playing. So at this point, mate, for that strategy, I would just... And that was a classic Bruno where we're looking at. He's probably a fair bit more expensive in season. So I think for that, mate, I would kind of hang off for him. Yeah. Let's look at champ overall. And then let's filter the leagues to just be non-prem. So we're looking at Valles and Mayeke. Oh, that's so sore, man. Villar and Kovar. So we've got like one nailed keeper in Vasilj and then like 4 half keepers. So that's a bit of a sleeper strategy we've got on the go here. Cardona, Marapan, Marmol. Kaletikar can be fine, I think. Sol Coco's doing pretty well in Italy. Singo, Vanderson, big plays. Moliero, and I think Ferguson will be your other option when he's fit. Marvin I'm a fan of. It's a problem that he's a mid. If he was a defender, he'd maybe score better. Or maybe not, actually. I wouldn't do anything to further enhance this champion rig out, to be honest with you. I think it's pretty good, pretty solid. But for the goalkeeper bottleneck you've got, I would wait for that to relieve itself. Valles gets a transfer. Mayeki comes back to fitness. Kovar takes the job. Villar takes the job. I would wait for one of those things to happen before trying to really kick on with that. Jesus, guys, we've gone for an hour and a half already. I've still got a bunch to get through as well. Jesus, I've been taking my time tonight. Costa, Shinton, Sean John Brady. I'll tell you what, see, after this one, I'm going to take a wee 2-minute break. Just to, you know, get a wee pee and stuff like that. I'm not too familiar with a lot of this defence, mate, so I find it quite hard. Nuhu Perez, 1 of 100. Porto, that's a fun card. But I find it hard to rate them all in general. What was the goalkeeper play like? Okay, so we've got Shinton as a budget, we've got Costa as a premium, who's also U23, and then you've got your American boys. Perez goes with the DC. And then between some of the guys you've got in the Championship and whatever else, and the American lads, it's just about there. The defence is the one that's missing a marquee player for me already. Facundo, yeah, your midfield is cool, man. Like, for like the couple of teams you've got, Rafa and Rashika, very good standard. There's maybe just not enough of them. So Ozdemir, is that 2 of him? Yusuf and Berat. And there's 2 Ozdemirs. Are they related, maybe? They look kind of similar, actually. They must be related, eh? So we've got double Ozdemir. That's fun. We've got our American guys, which we're going to lose soon. This needs another mid, just to make it a bit better. And you've not really got any goals, do you? If you were on defence, let's see what you've got in Challenger. Decompress. Yeah, it's normally the word I like to use, isn't it? Decompress, that's it. Ryman, Mitov. Again, you've got top. Yeah, top. Coplice, if you are feeling a bit stretched, I would bin that Challenger. This is great. Honestly, you've got a lot of good guys here. Good profiles, quite Scottish heavy, which is fine. A lot of Rangers. We won't talk about that in much detail. I won't hold it against you, is what I mean when I say that. Which is fine. You know, it's just, yeah, a bit of banter, isn't it? Double Shankland. Like, this is fine. I think your contender stuff, Kavlina, another nightmare. Yeah, I've been hearing about that. Where is he? Yeah. That mustache has probably no helped him. Ellery Balcombe, I had high hopes for him in Scotland, by the way. Not doing too great so far. But Butland, Ryman, Walton, Mitov, like you've got top picks here. In all the positions you've got top guys. You might not have 3 quality teams here, but your top team is going to be buff. Your second team's probably going to be quite handy. And your third team has probably got like a puncher's chance most of the time, I would suggest at a glance. But your champ has a little bit of work to do. I think this is borderline pointless. Defence is a lot of no-names. The midfield has talent, but it's very thin. And strikers are non-existent for me. I want to look at under 23, because if that's why you've got DC, then I can get it. And the Shinton. If they're under 23 plays, I get it. But DC isn't even under 23 anymore. I'm quickly corrected with. Can't play these guys. Oh, you can play them classic if you want, but that's probably not why you've bought them as an in-season version. I cannot believe 8 Nuri is still under 23. It feels like he's been around forever. Who's the other guy that's like 8 Nuri? But isn't 8 Nuri? Oh, it's Yusuf Atal. Have we got Atal cards yet, by the way? Oh, he's went to Al Sad. Pick. Who was he at before? He was in Turkey. We never get cards for him. And then he was at fucking Nice and we never get cards for him. He's also at Al Sad now, so who cares? But this guy, let's look at Nice. See, for a fullback, this guy used to do some ball action. Andre Santos is, for you, Mick, Andre Santos is a great get. A great get. Harry trades as high as a motherfucker on this guy. Great get, mate. If you can bring him into that PSG fold, great. Look at this. Decisives or no decisives? Yeah, he's a great get. Under 23, he's not going to be cheap. Oh, actually, that's not too bad for a guy like him, is it? Owned by Chelsea. So he's probably going to be on loan for the next 5 years at Strasbourg. But yeah, as a general thing, call place, just to finish on this, I would say this challenger thing makes no sense to me. The champion does need a wee bit of reinforcement. The contender could use a couple of guys. I don't think it needs it. You probably win some guys, get some essence and stuff. But if I was to do something with this challenger, I would chuck it. Personally. Santos the dog's bollocks, says Harry Trades. Future Brazil skipper. Big call, big call. Skipper, Harry? I think he's quite cheap for what he is. Very limited card as well. The thing with him is he's only got 44 rares, which have all came out this season, you know, so quite a limit. Same as Teji, you know. How many does Teji have? 53. Wow. Got those rares out quick, didn't they? So yeah, call place, that's where I'm at. Fuller Force. It's been a while since we've seen you in here. 150 quid to strengthen the La Liga outfit. I'm going to guess it's rare La Liga. So let's see what we're cooking. 150 bangers. Where are we going to get the most points per pound? We've got all black. We've got double Killison. We've got Sergio Herrera. We've got Guaita and Rui Silva. So we've got a nice spread there of in-season and classic keepers. That's good. You've got Koundé. That's the main thing for defence. If you've got Koundé, you'll be fine for Team 1. Jimenez, by the way, I can't believe he's doing good again. I thought Atleti had totally bombed him out. His injury crisis was never going to... His injury history was never going to relax. It gratefully has. Marcos Alonso, I'm a big fan of. Sergio Cardona, Valentin Barco. I think our defence is good. Lejeune can be fun. Diego Llorente can be fun. Defence is good. You've got Koundé, which makes it... If you didn't have Koundé, I'd be really worried about that defence, because Team 1 is going to be quite feeble. But for Team 2 and Team 3, you've definitely got the guys there you can roll with. James, Conor Gallagher, great gets. Song, I like Song. Is a sneaky one. I know he's injured at the moment. Cisco, I know he's injured. That could be a sneaky one. Lo Celso, of course. Tchouameni, Pepelu. Barrios is coming back fit. I really like your midfield, honestly. Like, it's Not got like a Pedri or a. You got too many, don't you? Yeah, you got too many. It's not got like a Pedri or a Bellingham or something like that. But in terms of the best of the rest, you've probably got the ones you want. Maybe minus Braze, but really strong mid. Really strong mid. And then up front, Louis, double Aspas, Griezmann, Rafinha, Ayoze coming back from injury, Saganikov injured at the moment, Spider-Man. I think your forwards are really good. How many keepers did we have again? Yeah, we maybe need. So it's a little bit more of. So defence, I think, is sufficient. Like, I wouldn't be rushing to upgrade defence right now. I don't even know if I would be rushing. Because some of those guys are injured, it will feel like you've got a bit less in there at the moment. But as soon as they come back to fitness, your midfield for me is probably going to be quite A-OK. I think you quite simply just want the best guy or the best couple of guys. So let's have a look on the market. Let's have some fun with this. And we're looking at rares. Do we care about in-season or classic? You've got a mixture of both, so we'll consider that as we're looking at them. I think you just want some of the best bang for buck options that are available. So you've got like the spine, you've got everything. You're well rounded. Your teams are going out. You just need some top up talent. The in seasons are 150 quid. So let's see if there's a boss in season at that price, because in seasons are not cheap at the moment. You could get a Camavinga, which would be really fun, but I don't think it really helps you too much. Do you know what? It's probably quite a swift move. And I only know this because I'm close to doing it myself when I actually get some money back into the account again. I'll come to it as soon as I. Tacky? That's not bad. See, for 150 quid, you can get Sergio Gomez, who is like finding his feet still at Sociedad, fine, but in a bad season they've had so far, so this is when he came in from that Rayo Vallecano match. Like, he's showing that he's going to get there, I think, and Sociedad are going to get there as well. He's 96, 100, let's call him. And then Big Aguerd is 50 quid. And he's a bit, I don't know, he could maybe be a bit better than a few. Like, he could be a really strong Team 2 guy. Koundé Team 1, Aguerd Team 2. Cardona is in competition for that. I'm not sure there's many other Team 2. Like, they're all quite the same-ish, aren't they? But if you know who's got a good fixture, you've got enough options here to mix with. Another mid that can be a different mid that could score big. I think that would be a decent way to go if you were to stick to in-season cards. Let's flip it over to Classic. A Classic Danny Olmo would probably help you when he's fit. The best individual you could get is Rodrigo. 150 quid. I know his L5 is rotten, but that's why his prices came down. But this is Rodrigo when Real Madrid are at it. He's probably the best individual you could get across Classic and in season for me. A Classic Baena at 76. A Classic Aguerd at 6. And you could get another Griezmann? Ish. Defense, midfield, attack. Free reinforcements there. Classic Mbappe. Sorted. So yeah, I don't think you want to go for the fodder approach. I think you want guys you could realistically see can compete for Team 1 or could go straight into Team 2. Pedri does take the eye there. Classic Take. Classic Sergio. I think that's kind of the primary options I would look at for where you're at, budget, and what would make an actual difference to your squad. Let's catch up with the chat. Sorry, I've missed a bit of these. Sorry. I've had a nightmare with goalkeepers. Call place. Cheers, bro. Call place. My pleasure. Thank you. Wistomania. How did I get my gallery reviewed? Well, you have time today. I see it's quite a fair bit into the stream. I'm actually going to have a wee comfort break for a minute. I'm not too sure how much longer we'll be going on for. I'm kind of going to go on until the request list fills out. But Wistomania, if you want your gallery reviewed, we do this once a week, as well as build your lineups once a week. And we do that for the FC BarcaLomond members. To get in on the membership perks and all that kind of stuff, you need to get your FC BarcaLomond season ticket for the 24-25 season by clicking the join button under the video. There's a link in the description of the stream. Or if you click on my little YouTube face thing, it takes you to the channel homepage. There's a membership tab. If you click on any of these things, YouTube will walk you through it. There's 3 sections. 2 of them are donation based. You get no perks. It's the ticket, the season ticket. £1 a week, £4 a month. You'll also get into the Telegram group. Telegram is like Discord and WhatsApp had a baby, but that baby is going to go on and surpass its parents and live their dreams out for them and all that good stuff. And all the limited cards I win on my main account, we give them away to the channel members as well. Great bang for buck. As soon as you become a member, you can watch all the member stuff we've done before. We have some exclusive videos, depth charts and all that kind of stuff, and we do as much stuff as we possibly can for that. So Wistomania, if you're interested, just click the join button or any of the other instructions and yeah. Don't mind classic or in-season filler. Mr. A, a bit late, peeps. Am I too late to be added onto the waiting list? Mr. A, I've got Alex Coombs on the bubble already. What time are we at? Actual clock time. I'm not sure. Mr. A, let me know what it is you're after. Thoughts on De Jong? Just what Santos McFlynn? First bump to you. Frankie, I'm guessing we're asking here. Just before I go for this week comfort break for a moment. I'm a huge FDJ fan, right? But I just do not know how he gets into this team now. And it's not because he's not a good player, but like he's on mad money for a start right now. He's bloody quality. I do like him. I think Flick, has Flick had much of a shot with him? Flick really could get the best out of him. I think Flick wants Kimmich. I don't think De Jong is going to be a Barca player for much longer, is the essence of what I'm getting at here. But if we look at the Barca squad, and I'll go for this wee comfort break and we'll come back. Mr. A, let me know precisely what you want me to juggle with, and if it's something not quick and easy or something, but if it's not like go through all my cards and stuff, then maybe we can tackle it. Casado, they love. Pedri is now in this position here that Gavi can play when he's fit and available to allow this kind of trident support for Lewandowski that's been doing so well. FDG off the bench in this game, of course. The game before that, again, Pedri, Casado, and you've still got Olmo to come back into the reckoning here. Eric Garcia stepping into midfield. I've seen Inigo Martinez do something similar. And like, Frankie isn't that guy. He's not the Busquets. He's not the ball winner. And Pablo Torre, can't believe he's getting a game. Couldn't get a kick of the ball for Girona. Wow, missed that. Fair play, wee Pablo. So yeah, I just worry that Frankie is not going to get back. See, when you see this midfield, and I know Pablo Torre is not going to start, right? But you could imagine FDJ in the middle of this. But when Gavi comes back, that's his gig. But this is the midfield for me. Olmo, Casado, Pedri. That's the midfield that they want to play, I think. Maybe the FDJ could play for Casado. I think it's risky. If you want him as a Barca player right now, I think it's a bit risky. It could be great, but it could be Rodri. Like, kinda. I'm thinking about this as we're going through it. How much is he? And what are we talking about? Who was it that asked it again? Sorry. Fuller. And what were we just looking at? Fuller. It was rares. We're on this page already. Do you know, a classic De Jong, it's not going to help you, right? But I don't think it hurts you. Well, I'm not saying it won't help you, but it's not a guy you're buying and you go brilliant this weekend or this month or the next, like that's that problem solved. I don't think he gives you that. But it could be a great entry point into a boss piece. Like, I'm just thinking about it being Pedri, De Jong, Olmo. That could be legit sick. I'm not sure if Flick's going to do that. In season, that's too expensive. Like, it's too expensive for in season. I would really try and get one of these guys to bite on a fuck all price, Like, see if you can get him for 50 quid. Classic. Makes a lot more sense. I'm a big FDJ fan. I'd love to have his card myself. It's never been the right price, the right opportunity for me. But that's my thoughts to the question. So yeah, I'm going to take a wee pause for the cause, guys. I'll be right back. And yeah, we've got 2 more lined up. Alex Coombs is on the bubble. Mr. A is on the bubble. And Henry's telling me he's coming in for us. So let's see how we get on with time. Actual clock time, not stream time. I don't care how long we're on for, but kids, misses, etc. So let me take a wee pause for the cause. I'm going to put this wee members page on with some background audio. I'll be back in a wee tick. We're back. Lewis, you're up next, pal. You're up next. A quick check-up. I'm under 23 forwards. I'm tempted. I've got a time restraint on me now, but so let's see. I don't want to make any promises. Alex Coombs, Henry, you're on the bubble. Nathan Boy, fist bump, thanks for joining us. If you want your gallery reviewed, you need your FC BarcaLomond 24-25 season ticket. If you want to get that, all you need to do is click the join button. It's just below the screen in the description of the video. On the channel homepage, to get to the channel homepage, you click on my wee face thing on YouTube and find the members tab. It's £1 a week, £4 a month. We do 2 streams a week for the members where we do gallery reviews, we do lineup building before the weekend. We have a Telegram group where, you know, it's just like a group chat kind of thing. And we do all the limited giveaways that my account wins to the members as well. Great bang for buck. So if you're interested, Nathan, I won't be able to get you on tonight if you pick up your membership, but, you know, you can get on for the next one. But yeah, road to Gavin. Lewis, let's see what we were after. Lewis, where are we? Any chance a quick look over? Just a quick look over, Lewis? Is that what we're after? Let me see if there's any other kind of context in the chat. Quick overview. Okay, cool. Let's have a peek. Let's see how we do. Let's go to champ first, and then we'll work our way from there. 0 champ. So Charlie, 7 keepers, and how many of them are playing? Kakir, Rof. Oh yeah, nice top 4 there. Nice top 4. And the great thing about 4 of them being in season is you're going to play 3, I imagine at this stage, 3 in-season lineups and 1 classic, but that means you don't care what goalkeeper has the dud fixture. You know, like, oh, that's the classic keeper, you know, and all the permutations that comes with that gives you, I'm in a load of minds, mate. Got 3 different ideas. 1, keep my free challenger in season in 223 lineups and buy 2 or 3 more guys each. Okay, noted. Kuiper, Bates, Bass, Pollock, Hanko, DeBosch. Top 2 rows here are studs, mate. 2, sell 1 under 23s and make the team 1 OP. In general, I like that, but let's see what we see. In midfield, it is missing a bit of punch in midfield for me. And strikers are good, without being exceptional. Contenders, do we maybe have some under 23s in here? Yeah, we've got Dakovic. I remember this gallery. Yeah. Dakovic. This is a new name or face. Buy a Premier League collection. Thinking Fulham, West Ham to compete in another comp. So I think number 3 is definitely something you should keep on the drawing board, but that is much more of a directional change. So I'm not too sure I could endorse that at this stage, right? So option 2, sell under 23 team. That's the first one I want to kind of explore with you. Because let's see who we're rocking. We've got those, we've got our license and all the rest of it, Lamans, but we've got Dakovic here. Oh, so 3 in season. The leftover keeper can play under 23 between Lamans and Lyson. Okay, I like what you're doing here. And we've got Bukovic, or Dakovic. Kuiper, Bass. Depends who you're playing in the region and then who you're releasing for under 23. Your midfield looks a lot better for under 23 than Challenger. You do have Engels, which relieves a bit of pressure because he's not in that region, so he can be like a main under 23 mid for you. Same as maybe Fruk. Okay, so I think number 1 is what I would. I don't know who you would sell out of this under 23 rig to fund the upgrades. Usually my defense is Pollock, Size, Zeno, and Dow. Is that for under 23 specifically, or is that Is that the I have the choice between though? Yeah, yeah. To be honest with you, I think like yeah, under 23 firepower period. Like I think like these are fine without being spectacular. The region they're in, you're competing against the Mertenses of the world, and the Tadiches and whatnot. So are we winning? Tier fours and fives. This is last season. Essence obviously doesn't really get caught in this, I suppose. It's a tough one, Lewis, because like I think your under 23 has the bits. Good keeper, great defender, and I think midfield choices are fine for this. But the forward, like, and yeah, so I think like you'll get a lot further a lot quicker with a few upgrades in the current strategies that you have. So your three different ideas. Number one, I think, is the way I would lean. Number three is one that I think you would need to, unless you're funding it entirely off the back of just I'm going to do this and I'm going to go buy Fulham or West Ham because I like them or I've got money to do it. But I think even if you did that, the money you've got to fund that would enhance this much better because like the Challenger, like you've got so much of the hard stuff already under your belt. If we look at, I'm sorry. Kikir, Rofe is the base, and then you're picking between these two for under 23 and for Team 3 or Team 2 or whatever. All in season. And great guys, great profile, good L5s and L15s, good keepers, Your guys like Bates, De Kuiper, Hanko are top drawer. I think this needs like a challenger mid or two, and it needs firepower. It needs firepower, I think, overall, mate. So to leave this as it is, to do number 3, I wouldn't do that, personally. Who would you recommend? Looking at a few of the sporting guys. Yeah, if you can get some sporting forwards in, sign me up. That's a move. Let's have a look. Now, do we want to maybe try a cross-section? I wonder if that's possible on the new... Oh, we're on the Frankie de Jong page still. I wonder if we can do... Can we click under 23 and then also click these? No, we can't. So we need to do the age filter. Now the age filter is going to cut off some guys that are maybe on the bubble. Or some guys that are 24 but their birthday's fucked up or whatever, Tizolis feels like a good shout. Sardez, we mentioned earlier, he's on some good form. But the sporting guys are really top of the tree. I think Denke's not bad for a goal scorer. But like your Gyökeres, your Trincao, like they fit the bill perfectly. Like Gyökeres, I don't know, they're never showing up. I don't think they're actually under 23. So I think if we did bring in the sporting forwards, we're then just relieving, excuse me, Stoikers, Ondrika, Pafilke. Oh, not Pafilke, sorry. Ondrika, Stoikers. We're just letting them be under 23 a bit more. We've only got one under 23 team. So between them, if we can make sure, and this guy, who's L5 and 15 is pretty hot. Yeah, MDK to go into under 23, maybe like a Trincao. Yeah, I like Trincao or the Bast. Tizolis, I think, fits the bill. Not sure if I can stretch the boat for a Victor. Now, if you cannot stretch the boat for a Victor Gyökeres, the man for you, Samu Amorodon. Because he has a fraction of Gyökeres, and he is essentially Gyökeres, isn't he? He's not quite got the 80 pluses in him yet, but like a Moradon. Moradon, Trincao make huge differences. Tizolis. The Bast, like the thing with the Bast is I don't know if you need a defender. I would more be inclined to look at a mid. So I think like Samu, I would definitely encourage you on that one. Oh, we're on the Samu page, so we can't change that. Oh, we're going to lose our filter, aren't we? Hate when I do that. Oh, we've still got all that. Do we still have the age filter on? Oh, we do. Fantastic. So let's change it to mid, because I think mid is something that needs a bit more. Need a captain. Yeah, Samu is the cheap man's Gykerez, but they're not really that different. Gykerez just has, like, Samu's getting hype, but Gykerez has all the hype, you know? Tillman, Yari for 12 quid in season, by the way. It's because we all know he's about to break, isn't it? But Yari's captain capable. Is that Ozo doing well? Nah. Kokchu. Kokchu's a great ad. The Krastev guy I like a lot, by the way. He seems to pop up quite a lot this season. He's on loan from Man City. He used to be a City kid anyway. He's also a Bulgaria international. And, you know, like 60 against Feyenoord, 96 against Heracles. And then maybe the rest of the scores are a bit meh. But for £3, he adds into your roster. Maybe if he's got a good game, he could be okay. Just for £3, I thought I would highlight him there for a moment. Tom Kraus. Who is he playing for now? I should have probably just... I don't say I've lost it all. Yeah, I should have just done this. He's in the Championship. Luton, but... Decisives have really spiked him there. But even if we take the decisives out of it, what was his AA? 12? And 29. He's a bit of fun, by the way. At £2.92, I would entertain him. Similar to a Paxton, by the way. Utrecht are like third in the league or something. And he's relatively ever-present, very influential on the results. Under 20, all these guys are under 23 as well. I mean, you compare him like Paxton at £3 to Tony Malambo at 8. I think that's a very good bang for buck situation there. Moutinho's got such a cool name. Not really got the scores to back it up. And this is a guy, by the way, I think could explode this season at some point. Like, what was he did here? Won a penalty. 21 AA. As against Ferencvaros, right enough. Against Dender. 10 AA. Like 10 to 12 AA is kind of on the mix for him here. 17 on this one. I like Edozie. So I think they're the sort of mids I would look at. There's a fair few of them under a tenner, you know, that are decent, fit the bill. Like Paxton, I would include Edozie in this because I do believe in him. Edozie, Paxton, Kraus is worth a peek, but maybe just watch him for another week or two. Krastev for £3. Kokchu, if you're after a stud, at 26. Yari at 12. Rather than Kokchu, so you could go Kokchu, or for the same price, you could go like Yari and the rest of these guys. And I would probably rather like Yari, Krastev, Paxton, and who was the fourth one? Edozie. Like if you could get up, maybe not all of them, but you can get a bunch of them. I think that mid for Challenger and under 23 goes through the roof. And then for the forward, if you were to get a Samu in, Trincao works as well. Of course, not U23, but that's not of the utmost importance. Tizolis. That's the sort of move I would make. Just bought Edozie Super. He looks tasty. Black Ops. Did you buy that like right now? Man City youth prospect. Went to Southampton for a lot of money. Now in Bell. Like, you should rinse it. Like, really. When you see the guys that do well in these divisions, like, he is primed to, you know, click into gear at some point. But yeah, that's what I would do, mate. I wouldn't do number 3 just yet. And number two, like selling some of them to buy some other ones. Like, I don't know who's really worth selling there to fund it. And if they are, like, they're just going to diminish you anyway. Just now, good luck, Black Ops seller. Let's have a peek. Shame that they're in. Oh, maybe it was this classic one you got. It's a shame that they're still in the packet. 18 minutes ago. Love that. Out of the packet, in fact. Is that the one it is? Yeah, it must be. Good going, Lewis. English as well, so if you're an England fan, this is a guy you'll see cropping up in the youth squads and all the rest of it. Yeah. So in terms of forwards, like the sporting guys, if you can get like Trincao and is Marcus Edwards even a thing anymore? Is he injured? What's happened with him? See, for like £2, he's maybe worth just putting on the shelf if he's injured or something. Need to find out what the script is with him. But for that price, if he's injured, that's way worth it. Yeah, big fan of Samu. Love that. Or is that maybe who we're looking at here? Marcus Edwards, maybe? But yeah, a lot of good bang for buck in those regions. Right, Leeds United, what were we after? This is the last one we're definitely on for. If we have time, we've got two guys on the bubble. So we were after a watch list for, I think it might be Challenger actually, wasn't it? Which we have, I kind of just went through in good detail. So this might be gallery review. Where are you? Where are you? Hi, Quinny, do you do watch lists for me? Really struggling in Challenger. Right, let's do a watch list. New watch list. Challenge Limited. Public. Create. Let's get the link for it. Links in the chat. Okay, now I think we've already found some good ones. So let's try and remember who they were. Samu, we know is great bang for buck. Yari was fine as well. I'm just trying to remember the ones that really are at the front of my mind still. Paxton. These are all under 23 guys, so we can actually go out of age specificity because we're in the region. Try to think who else we've seen tonight that looked really good bang for buck. We still got that midfielder page open. No, we're on Marcus Edwards. Can we go back? But Dozy. Oh yeah, Dozy. Dozy. I don't think you could do one of these lists without adding in that Vukovic guy. Or is it Vuskovic? Yeah. Oh, there we go. I think I would put, yeah, I'd put Denke and Tizolis in this for sure. Denke. Tizolis. Let's take away the age filter. And this is in season only still, isn't it? Let's take that tab off for a moment, just in case it gives us a better idea. Can we exclude legends somehow? Tadic. £6 for classic. It feels so hard to overlook, isn't it? Can't remember how to spell that goalkeeper kick here, but Ben the Gren. We mentioned him recently, by the way. He's happening. Harry Trades, wet your whistle on this one. Ben the Gren is happening. I would definitely add him in because he's a wee bit of a. Jesus, how do you even bloody spell Ben? Oh, Nygren. I like that. Who else have we found that we like the look of? Maybe just not tonight, but even over the last couple of streams, we've been in this region a fair bit. It's a great hunting ground for a lot of talent, a lot of like good bang for buck players for in season and for classic. Oh, sorry, I'm still signed in as Satara here on YouTube, so it's came into the live chat as that. Thinking of selling all my contender, mate, and starting. Okay, mate, I need to. Right, let me. We're doing a Challenger watch list now. We're selling Challenger for Bundesliga. 107 cards. Okay. Kinda half-built, pointless champion thing. Orton de Wolf, Kaminsky, Van Kronbruge, Meslier. That's all fine. Good. Yeah, some really good guys here. Double full on. Yeah. These guys are fine, mate. Really good. Midfield. Top row's fine without being, again, fireworks and stuff. Brendan. Okay, guys. I think the midfield is the weak area here. Well, how many keepers do we have actually? So you've actually got a good top row. 4 keepers. You've got the defence to carry 4 keepers very comfortably. Your midfield, again, you're maybe getting 2 teams of proper strength and then you're making compromises, but that's still kind of fine. Yeah, your striker light. That's, I think, your main problem is for 4 teams. So what was it you said? Thinking of selling all my contender and starting Bundesliga at maybe Stuttgart. So that's a kind of decision you need to kind of decide if you're doing or not. Let's look at contender. Do you have anything there? Some odds and sods. If anything, mate, I would sell your challenger stuff. Or maybe not. Challenger's pretty good as well, by the way. It's up to you, mate, in terms of going and funding a Bundesliga Stuttgart thing, but you've got so much good work done here already. I just think you're missing a couple of pieces. Nothing mad. I just remembered somebody else. Oh, yeah, Tom Kraus. You've got some championship players, and he could fit in really good to that. As could anyone at QPR, by the way. So we're looking at Madsen. I don't know how he's been doing at QPR recently, but I know he started well enough. We've got Karamoko, who I think is doing pretty well. And then let's see who else we had. There's Karamoko there. Rashika. Piantic? Who the hell is he playing for? Turkey. Half a season wonder, that guy. That's a fun rookie. Never heard of him. So Feyenoord's he still played for, is it? No, is it? Heracles. It's a fun rookie. Oh, that was the other guy. Krastev. Magnus down at a quid. How's that happened? The mighty Matson. Everyone was falling over themselves to get a forward card of him. Bruninho to go along with Metinho. And with who was the other guy we seen in Austria? His name was like Ronnie Valdo or something. A pure fake, like hybrid name of like Ronaldo and Rivaldo or something. Koke Saito, he's at QPR, isn't he? I'm a big fan of him. I don't know if he's quite going to take it to the championship, but one to watch out for. And then I'm going to change this to mids. I think their defence is great. I think their mid is okay, but the strikers are where you need firepower. And then can we get some mid reinforcements to perhaps just make the whole thing a bit more successful? We've already got Tadic in there. Tillman is definitely worth putting into the reckoning. We've got Yari. Was isn't bad, but he's getting on. It's like diminishing returns with Was these days, isn't it? From when I look at his L5 and 15 and whatever. Cockchute, very cheap for what he is. I'm hoping Gus Till and Zaruki make some moves on the pitch. Hope so too. Gus Till's kind of been getting in the... Is he nationalised for somebody that's not Holland or something? What was it we were talking about Gus Till for recently? And Zaruki should do much better eventually. I don't know what the... I've not been following Feyenoord, so can't really comment on it too much. It's Contender, which looks poor, mate. Is it worth selling them? So let me have a quick sconce on this, right? I'll check your Contender stuff. So I finish this wee... Tom Hay at a quid. Where's he doing this? Almere City. Gab Sarah. Yeah, I'd put Sarah into this list as well. Right, I'll have a wee peek at defence. I'm just looking for the guys that I know we've already kind of sussed out and had a look at to put into this wee list. No, we've not really looked at defence today, but I know, yeah, we've got this guy in. He's a must look at these days. Vuskovic on loan from Tottenham, 17, and he is kicking ass and taking names in a big way. Now, the Prem's a big step, but he's shown all the early indicators that you would want. But Leeds United community, your defence is pretty good anyway, so I don't think you're in desperate need of... Taniguchi is broken properly into the Japan team. Where is he playing? Is he in Belgium? Oh, he's at St. Truden, isn't he? I'd probably add in Taniguchi. And I would add in Koki Machida. Some defenders. Also, Guilherme at 75p feels like a bit of an easy guy just to have in your gallery. And quick peek at keeper, just since it's a watch list, it's got players in different positions in it, and then I think that will be all we've got time for tonight. So Alex Coombs. Who's the other guy just came in? It's Henry, wasn't it? Yeah, Henry, Alex Coombs, and Mr. A. Want to have a quick check on Challenger Rare in-season advice on picking up a Smasher Classic from mid-team 2. I think I'll need to come back to these on the next one. Right, so I need to copy and paste his name, I think. Ogurikan. There we go. Rof, Passphere. Leo Kakubo. Is he on loan? Yeah, doesn't he? Yeah. Lamans isn't everything we do these days, isn't he? Les is playing? Oh, that's fun. Back in Turkey, no less. Right, so that's that watch list. Let's just do that. Add. And then the link is already in the live chat to this. If you're watching this after we've been live, the live chat replay is available within 24 hours of the stream. So if it's not here when you're watching, give it a couple hours maybe, depending on when you've caught the stream. What's Vanaken up to these days? Remember when he was the GOAT of the platform? David Jablonski, I have 2 custom series players. I'll sell them for 10p or trade your worst card. I don't care. Need them 2 gone. Only cash and card trades. No ETH, thank you. Anyone's up for that? £100 budget, mate. I don't know precisely who. You could probably get all these guys for 100 quid, to be honest with you. Oh, that's what we're going to do, right? So we've made that watch list. Feel free to check it out. Leeds United community or anyone else. We've got this Challenge Limited playlist that we've made. Would I sell your contenders to buy in-season Stuttgart? We have 9 goalkeepers, all limited. Just make sure there's no commons in here. And, you know, like the goalkeeper choices, can't really, except for Butland and like Schmeichel, you've got all the good ones. The defence is weak. And this region has some big scoring defenders. The midfield, but like you've got a good team 1, team 2 midfield. Maybe even team 3 if everyone's playing. Their midfield is actually pretty good. And up front, you've got Guy, you've got Maeda, Luiti. It's just your defence that's kind of mince. Yeah. I don't know. If you want to sell it, it seems like you want to sell something. And sometimes if you've, like, I'm not going to talk you in or out of anything, but if you've got that urge, like, I think the contender, the challenger one felt a lot better than contender. You are a Leeds fan, you've got Leeds players. I wouldn't move away from challenger. Like, you've got some really good stuff going on here. And with a few of the pieces that are in that watch list, like team 1, team 2, team 3 get a lot better, a lot quicker. But the contender one, like, I can get it if you don't want to get any more money into that, or you don't want to add any more pieces into it, because you've got a lot here. But yeah, I just feel like these guys are fine. L5s and 15s work well enough. But if you were to sell something, I could understand you selling this one, but I don't think it's that far away. I don't think it's rubbish. It's weaker by comparison to the other region. And would you... So let's see, what's in contender? We've got the K-League. We've got Austrian Bundesliga. We've got Russia. We've got J1. We've got RJ. We've got Super League. One of them anyway. Don't know which one that is. Peru. Croatia. Scotland. China. Chile. Ecuador. Can't remember that one. Norway. And then Bunde 2. France 2. Serie B. Like a Smart Bank. Okay, have we missed one? I think that's Portugal. Superliga. That's Denmark then. Yeah, that's fine. I think we've got them all. If you're to sell, like, you've got 138 quid there of value. What's that going to get you? not sure it's going to get you what you want, mate. If you've got 150 quid there, and this, I'm not sure you could get a Stuttgart. In season or classic? I think you said in season, but maybe you could. This guy's a player, by the way, Krastic. No, he's not playing it now, but watch out for him. He's good. Furik. Do you know, you could make it work. You could make it work. If you have the urge to do that, I can see why. Finally made it to one stream you're live, only required to wake up at 6:30 AM. James Allen, fist bump, mate, thanks for joining us. One thing I would say is the contender stuff isn't D1 level. Yeah, Rob, I'm with you there. I'm with you there. Yeah, so let's Stiller's 15 quid, Milo 24, Undav 50, Mittelstadt 50, and then where's Nubel? 38. Like, to get the best 5, like, you're probably going to max your budget out, and then if somebody's rotated or injured, it will be painful for a while until you can, like, complete the collection or fill the roster out to at least have the core 14 players or whatever. Your 2/3 discount off sounded juicy. I don't know what that means, Boyson. I've lost you on that one. I'm not too sure you could make it happen. Leeds United community, LUC, I'm going to call you from now on, right? So this is about 138 quid. If you've got 150 quid budget, that's going to get you to 288. 288 minus 50 quid, 238 minus another 50 quid, 178 minus this, 150-ish, 135, 115, 160. I know you probably could not far off buy the whole collection if that was the case. But then you're not going to reinforce the Challenger stuff, which is fine, I guess, for the now. But you've got the list to go back to at some point. So yeah, I can see why you would do that. I could, to an extent, get behind it. I just worry that it's quite a short-term strategy. Like, you know, if you do this and then Stuttgart do nothing for you, they probably will. But if they did, then yeah, I would feel bad in encouraging that. So just to put that out there, like, Stuttgart is a great club. They've got all the right pieces in the right positions. They seem relatively affordable. Nubel can't keep clean sheets, says James Allen, and I also have that kind of Nubel experience. I used to have a Nubel back in the day, but kinda can, but he will kill you. So your second team, you'll have eventually enough Stuttgart players to field 2 lineups. Get a second keeper that's not Nubel. Nice clean sheets and Hearts this season. Fair. But yeah, that's a great addition, James. Thanks very much for that. I'm totally with you on that one. But yeah. Awesome. Right, guys. It's definitely my curfew for the night. The kids are going mental. Mrs. is going to hang me when I get out of here. But it's been an absolute pleasure, guys. We've done a great stream, 2.5 hours. I would love to do it for another 30 and just 30, 40 and just round out the last pieces. But Alex Coombs, I'll put you in first, right? Mr. A and Henry. In that order. You guys will be the first 3 that we do the gallery reviews for. I was going to say this time next week, but it'll be like Monday or something. So you've not got long to wait. We'll be live tomorrow for lineup building. Not too sure what time. We'll catch that, or I'll schedule that tomorrow morning once I've got the dust out my eyes and done a wee bit of running about for the morning and all the rest of it. But Harry Trades, my man, thanks very much. Oh, hero legend. Under 23 Hall of Famer, Harry Trades. Yeah. Thanks very much, everyone. Means a lot, all the support. Everyone has got their season tickets. Thanks very much for all the contributions tonight. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Me and Harry will be live for the deadline show on Friday, of course, and all the usual content will be out between now and then, here, there, and everywhere. Have a good night. Take care.